Hey guys! So welcome to yet another episode of Karak Project. We are on episode 5. Thank you so much for your support, and I must say I truly miss Karak Project. Syed, did you miss me?
Of course I did. I'm so glad that she's back at this episode, our 5th episode, guys. I am so happy to have her back, and of course thank you so much to all our followers and subscribers who have subscribed to our YouTube channel and came along with this journey with Karak Project. We are so happy that we have made it to 5th episode, and our first video has already have 5k viewers, guys. So yep, it wouldn't have happened without you guys.
And of course, thank you so much to the main partners, Gusto Showroom and Mighty Fine Bros. We are up to our episode 5, and for today, guys, we have a very special guest for you. It's none other than Ria 89.7 FM DJ Saffwan Shah, who is a DJ and host for Malam Ini Kita Punya, and of course, Misteri Jam 12. Saffwan Shah, please.
Woo!
Yo,
Hello.
what's up?
What's up?
Yeah,
Hey.
right. Hi.
Oh my god, it's been so long.
It's been 4
4
years on the 5th
yes.
episode.
I know Saffwan
Yeah.
way back in 2016, 2017, yes. Because we did a production called Cinta Mawar with SIM University.
Yep.
So you're from SIM?
No.
Oh no.
No. I was an outsider, and then someone called me in, so
see.
that's where I got lucky.
And I've always thought his voice was so sexy.
The only person that says that is Hanan.
I also thought it was sexy.
Tertiba,
Nak masuk
Tiba.
je. Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for having me.
No worries.
On this set,
How about you?
Oh yeah. Oh, of course, yes. I met Saffwan, of course, online. Not any other apps lah, Instagram only. Basically, we met online and we became friends.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I meet him physically on set. Finally, on the set of Karak Project. So
Face to
welcome
face.
to our set, bro.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank
my
you for
first
having
time
me.
meeting Saffwan,
Yeah.
and it's really nice to meet him. I mean, we had some conversations behind, and it was amazing to know you as well.
Thank
Get to know
you.
you.
I mean,
It's nice.
I know that you have an amazing voice, but why why spooky, scary shows?
Okay, so here's the backstory for everybody who don't know. So radio is my dream job, right? And then being in the radio is like, ever since secondary school, I've been imitating all the radio DJs that I've listened to, especially the Misteri Jam 12.
I mean,
Especially-
I love Misteri Jam 12.
Yes.
The stories are amazing.
I
It gives you the
cannot, I
vibes.
cannot.
The
Yeah,
good
it really
vibes,
gives you the
know?
vibes.
And the amazing thing, they just use audio.
Yeah. It's the OG lah, right?
Yeah.
It's the OG. Everybody knows who it is, right? So yeah, I love it. Why the ghost stories? I don't know. Maybe it just intrigues me to know and find out about these things, lah. Yeah.
Can you see things?
No.
Okay.
No, luckily no.
Okay.
Have you ever seen anything?
I would say, if you want to say about my place, you know, recently when I held MJ 12, then yes, I have my experience there.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but it's not as scary as you guys would think. You know?
Okay.
So don't get your
Yeah,
expect.
but this is the new campus, right?
It is a new campus.
The new one.
Yeah, I heard the Caldecott is even worse, like
Yeah.
10 times worse.
Oh,
Yeah. So this one, the experience that I have, actually, I have the audio which I
Oh my god, wow.
sent to
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's gonna be audio for you guys today.
So what you guys will hear is the sound calling out my name.
I see.
Yeah.
And where were you?
I was in a Kunti alone, just
I
alone
see.
recording, and then that's what I heard, and that stopped me for a while. Like I really had to stop. Like, did something call me out? You know?
Okay, so you heard it, and
Yeah.
then it was already being recorded. Then you stop, and then you play.
Yeah, I have
And
to.
then-
I have to check if I'm going
wow.
crazy or not, right? So I just play it
That's
out.
actually quite brave.
Yeah.
Like to actually
I
take out
would,
your phone
yeah,
after
like,
that and then
you know,
record immediately.
Yeah.
Around what time was this?
It's not late actually. It's during the afternoon time.
Oh, I see. Wow, afternoon time.
This
Oh,
thing
they
is
said
everywhere.
they said right that during
After
asar,
Asar, right? Yeah.
after asar, and the time during
All the way.
sebelum maghrib
Sebelum
is
maghrib.
the hot time.
Oh, is it?
as well?
Yeah.
I don't know where you get this from, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll find out.
Yeah, okay
Yeah.
guys, so
You
we
guys have
have
the
the audio recording. It's just a little bit one. Wow, can you guys hear that? It's so faint.
It's faint,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
So- So let me explain if you guys didn't catch that, which is you hear like a crumpling sound at first,
Yeah.
and then at the back you can hear the one,
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's like that. It's not in repeat. Like, I repeat it like 3-4 times
3-4
just
times,
to
yeah.
record, so
Okay.
people can hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like one. So that's where I stop. Like I'm alone, and that doesn't sound like anyone at
Yeah.
all
Maybe
that
he
I
wants
know
to
of.
duet with you, like one,
Maybe.
you know?
Maybe.
No, I mean, I guess this is the point where a lot of people will be like, oh, but you know, it could be coincidental, it could be.
Yeah.
But I think what really differentiates these experiences is what you feel at that moment.
Yep.
And you felt like, hey, something's not right. I feel presence.
Ah,
And that's
yeah.
something we cannot feel it, you know,
Yeah.
we wouldn't know.
Well, I heard some of you can feel and see,
Some of
but it's okay. That one is a different story.
Oh.
Yeah, it's for the
Depends,
episodes,
depends.
guys. Oh, do je.
Oh my
All right.
What do you think of our set?
Oh, I love it. I love that it's outdoor concept, and then I don't know. I just love it. It's really nice to be here. You know, every time I see it on a small screen or big
Yeah.
screen, every time, a small screen, but it's beautiful.
This is
lah.
the big
Yeah.
screen, yeah.
I don't mind just having a outdoor session at night out here. It's fine.
Here, yeah, of course, you also cannot wait to have it here.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, feel free to have some asam rebus, see. Then
Oh.
ikan pari tengah masak sekarang.
Okay. Boleh.
So let's go down to those
Ah.
juicy, spooky stories,
Okay.
please.
Okay, so let's start in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. So the story starts this way. This is why I feel it started off where I grew up being scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, we go on a holiday with 2 family groups. Okay, we are a huge family, so we go there to Indonesia, but I have no idea which hotel. I don't really know where in Indonesia, but I remember it's in Indonesia.
Okay.
So when we go there, I was really young. I would say I was really young, and you know, the 90s kid, all we have is like toys, right?
Yeah.
So we have toys. That's what I'll do. I'll bring my toys around everywhere I go, and at that night when we want to go for our big family dinner, so the other family is in another room, and then we are at another room. So when we were at my family went down first. So my family went down to the lobby first, and then me as a kid will always bring my toys. So I bring my toys around, I'll go down, play with my toys in the lobby while waiting for the other family to come down. And then my father called me. Yeah, it's like, "Wan, simpan." So keep the toys. Like, I want to bring the toys. No, keep the toys. And then he asked my brother, my elder brother, to come. And then tag along is my cousin. It's also, I called my elder brother as well. So both of them followed me go up to our level, which I don't remember which level also. And this is the scary part. Hotel is scary. Hotel corridors is really creepy.
Yeah, some
you guys
hotel
can agree with
corridors
that,
are
right?
really-
Especially in
Yeah.
Indonesia, right?
Yeah, I don't
Malaysia
know why.
as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know why hotel corridors just. I don't know. They like to keep it gloomy
Yeah.
and dim.
Some
So-
of the lights are like those automatic ones.
I think
But
during
this
that. I
wasn't,
think during that time wasn't. Yeah, during
Oh.
like I think when I was young, it's around 2000s. Yeah, around
Okay.
there. So it's like still the old time kind of days, right? So it was really gloomy, very dark, very dim. So and my room was located all the way at the end of the corridor.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So imagine that when you hear this story. So it's all the way at the end of the corridor, and then my cousin, the eldest one, he's afraid. So he stayed near the lift. So that's okay. That's a safe spot lah. And then my elder brother, who has the key, he escorted me all the way to the end. So we walk all the way to the end of the corridor, and imagine as we get closer, right, as we get deeper inside, it gets really dim. So dim to a part where it's really gloomy to my door. Okay, so when I reached my door, he opens the door for me, and then he opens the door also. He swings the door open. I don't know why, but I know kids. We were told that kids can just have this sense, right? Sixth
Yeah.
sense, right? So I think at that moment I just feel really uncomfortable. I just feel really uneasy. My toys, I don't care anymore. I just throw it from the door. Yeah, I threw my toys at the door. I mean from the door, and then he swings the door. He slams the door closed, and as we were about to take a few steps to the lift, that's where the thing happened. Which you can call it it's fake. You can call it it's maybe something that is not real, but I heard, and I can still remember, Pontianak laughter. Yeah, so you can hear the mengilai sound. Very loud. Imagine like the whole corridor is fixed with speakers, right? And they play the Pontianak laughter.
God.
It's that loud. And then when I was a kid, we don't know that if the sound is loud, that means it's near. Hey, it's far.
Yeah.
So when the sound is very
This thing
soft.
I heard it a lot, you know,
Right.
when you actually say when you hear it close, like what you said, you know. Yeah, continue.
Yeah.
So it was really loud, it's banging loud. And then luckily the cousin is at the lift. So straight away he pressed. All three of us said it. So, and then my elder brother, who is like in front of me, just like beside me, he ran as well. Me, I was a bit chubbier lah. And then, yeah, I was a bit chubbier. So I have to run. I ran and I fell. So I slipped down, flat on the ground. I'm like, I can still hear the mengilai, like, oh, apa ni? And then, so I have to crawl. I just don't care. I just want to crawl and get up. So I crawl, get up, ran to the lobby, ran to the lift. We pressed the lift already, but the lift didn't come up. So we just have to wait. While we are waiting, we can hear the sound, which is still very loud. You know, which I don't know if it comes from someone else, if it's a prank, but I know it's the sound of Pontianak. Yeah, sorry, can I say that?
Yeah,
I think I've said it. Then I have to
it's
mention
okay.
it.
Well,
So I heard that. We waited for the lift, and then finally the lift, you know, reached our floor. We ran in, pressed close, pressed to the lobby. Once it closed, right, gone. The sound is just like, you cannot hear it inside the lift. Until we reached to the lobby, I was just terrified, shaking, told my parents about it, but I think they were, I would say, excited to go for dinner lah. Or they were hungry to even layan us. So yeah, so the whole night when we eat dinner, we cannot forget about it. And then coming back from dinner, we were like hiding behind our parents and our grandma at that time. So I was hiding behind them. The door opens, right? Nothing. There was nothing. There's no sound, no nothing. But yeah, and then when we go all the way to the end of the corridor, it doesn't look as gloomy as it was. Yeah, that's the question I have, like the sound and the gloominess of the corridor. That's my first story of like the beginning where I think I grew up to be scared. Yeah.
I mean, I can understand
Right,
why.
Yeah. And then for a long time, that's like one of my trauma to have a room at the end of corridor. That's one of my
always
trauma.
say like the
Corners, right?
The corners are always the one which have
Kan?
something.
Hantu Melayu suka corner-corner.
They always say that.
Yeah, I used to go to corner. Yeah.
Betul.
So,
Lepak
yeah.
one corner lah. Orang
Right.
lepak one corner.
Okay, so like, can you describe like what the sound was like, or macam, was it like mocking you, or was it angry?
I think any sound from them is like mocking, but I think they're just mocking. Like they're just playing around because we are kids, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're like just having fun. Kacau ah. And then, and they just laugh. Like it's not like that. It's not like a clown.
When he
but it's
started
like,
laughing, I was
When
like, I
you
tried to
start
imagine the
put
whole
tanya.
thing. I was like,
but not with that voice. Like,
Okay.
no, it's not like that. But it's really scary. That moment.
wow, the fact like that happened to you and the fact that you are a DJ in
In Helme,
Yeah,
the
man.
Ministry Jam
Yeah.
12, that
Yeah.
What happened?
what happened?
Yeah.
I guess we are buddies, I would say. Yeah.
But lucky
buddies,
you didn't
yeah.
see it. Like,
I
yeah.
can. I won't say cannot. I do have some experiences which I'll share if I have the time to share. That I do see. Maybe I see it. Maybe I didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll save that for later.
See guys, so this is I think usually Saffwan is the one who's sharing people's stories on radio. Now he's sharing his own
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
So it's the first time we hear his own story, the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
Okay?
Correct.
So okay, what other stories do you have?
Okay, so the second story will go slowly. You know, the
Okay.
intensity level.
Okay.
So this is actually two stories, but I'll compile it because it's the same kind of disturbances. All right. So the first one, quite recent. If I'm not wrong, in 2017, 18. So.
Quite recent.
That was just a few years
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Few years back. So can I just say the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was at Yishun. Yeah. Me and my friends, a total of 3 people. It's always Yishun.
Always Yishun.
Right. Anyways, me and my friends, 3 of us, just all guys. We decided to go to his house, which is my friend's house. He invited us, and then just to watch a ghost movie, just to enjoy at night. So we went there and then we got tired, we got really bored. Then we decided to let's play bowling. So we go to one of the nearest places in Yishun, where.
Of course.
Yeah, so we go there, bowling, all the way until 1 a.m. plus. 1 a.m. plus. Alright? And then to go from the bowling area to his house, we have to cross this hospital. Alright?
Oh.
There is a dam, not a dam, I would say like a pond. So there is a pond there. And then I think it's a normal
Which
thing.
hospital was it?
If Yishun is Kutepot, right?
Kutepot. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Kutepot Hospital. There's a pond over there. So, as a friend, or should I say a group of friends, if no topic comes up, ghost topic will come up.
Yeah, that's standard lah.
Which is dumb. 1 a.m. plus. I'm outside and it's like this. So we walk at that dam and then I just decided korang ada cerita tak? You have any story to share or not? So we just share. So along the way, as we walk to his house, we share stories of our experiences. And at that moment, I already feel something. Yeah. Because at that pond, I'm not sure if the tree is still there. So I was looking at that tree. I don't know, it's just something there. It's like there's a lot of leafy place and I was just like, okay. But we were still continuing talking, sharing our stories and everything. So as we walk all the way, then we reach his block. Yeah. And then I'm the last one to enter the lift. Alright? Before that, his house is, I would say an old house. So there's a new lift, it's renovated, fully renovated, which you can only access with a lift. And then there's an old design which is you can only access with stairs. So
Oh wow.
Those really old blocks.
yeah. So his house is a bit special. He have 2 doors in his living room. So we went to the new one. We took the lift. So I was the last one to enter inside. And as I was about to enter, it was a normal surrounding, very clear, lighted block, right? So I entered. I went in. One leg I stepped inside. Behind me, I can just feel the goosebumps, meremang. And I'm like, okay. I didn't tell them, but I turned around. I look outside. It looks normal. It looks really normal. Like, it's not like how they say it. There's no one there. There is a few people over there. So it's okay. Forget about it. We go up to his level 3. And then as we reach to his level, the normal things, we beri salam, assalamualaikum, we go in. So the owner, which is my friend, he decided to shower first. So me and my other friend, we sit in the living room, and it was around 1:50. And that time, the OG is still doing MJ12. Yeah, and I'm a fanatic. So I'm still into the ghost thing, and then we are like sitting in the house, in the living room. And then after talking about school, which is really boring, then I'm like, you want to listen to MJ12? And then I took the remote control, Surya, and then it was playing. And then sadly, unfortunately, he's closing. So he said okay, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to close. Okay, that's okay lah. So I leave it on.
Okay.
So music will be playing. And then, right at that moment, I'm not sure if you guys can capture this. As me and my friend were talking, facing to each other on the in the living room, on the sofa, we hear a very soft knocking. 3 times. Very distinct. It's like tap, tap, tap. And then at first when we were talking about school, we were like, we didn't converse what we heard. We just like look in each other's eyes, and then we like shows signs. Okay, there's nothing. And then we start talking back. We continue, so we want to forget about it. So we continue talking about school. Suddenly the second knock comes in. Tuck, tuck, tuck. The same.
Louder?
It's the same volume.
Okay.
But the same number.
Same beat.
Same beat. Yeah.
Oh.
Tuck, tuck, tuck. And then we're like, shit, this is confirmed. Someone knocked the door. So me and my friend, check lah. But I know the rules. Do not open the door.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So luckily you have a peephole.
Worse.
Worse.
Can you imagine just look at the people and you see something? Oh my god.
That was running through my mind.
Yeah.
So as we were walking to the door, right, me and my friend like, I was afraid, honestly. I was afraid, okay? I was afraid. So I told my friend, go check. You go check first. And then he checked. He looked at me. There's no one. And I'm like, serious? So I go and look. There is literally nobody outside, but the lift was going down.
Okay.
Yeah, could be someone, could be not.
Yeah.
But the lift was going down. And then, we were really shocked scared, and we waited for the owner lah,
Yeah.
who's in the toilet, right, showering. So we were sitting back and then talking. I was excited at that moment because I'm like, hey, I should have recorded it, right? I should have recorded it, but I didn't. And then when once the owner comes out the toilet, and then he looked at me, hey, what you guys like? You saw a ghost or something? You're like, hey, we heard someone knocking. And then, no, we didn't open the door, but we checked. No one was there. Hey, serious. And then he called his cousin, which supposed to come and collect something. Yeah, so he called, hello, hey, did you come earlier? And he said, no, I'll come tomorrow. So there was no one there, no one came to the door that we entered from, and you can only access via the lift. So the question is, who was it? And the knock was really like
Distinctive.
distinct. And when we checked, right, we didn't wait it long, you know, we just like waited a few seconds, we got up, we walked to the door and we checked. No one was there. So that was my first knocking experience. And the other one is quite short, I would say, which happened in my house now.
Okay.
The current one?
The current one.
How long ago was this?
Longer than this one, about 5, 6.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was sitting outside in the corridor. No, sorry, no corridor. I was sitting outside. My house is the first level lah.
Okay.
All right, it's at the level 1. So I was sitting in the living room. And imagine my house, the gates, right, it's really hard for my fist to go through and knock, right? So I cannot do it. And then when I was outside alone in the living room, my family was inside sleeping.
Yeah.
I suddenly heard, I was about to go inside lah, you know, but I left the TV on, I switched off all the lights, everything is dark, but I heard really loud and really violently just knocked on my door, like pop, 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 pop. Yeah, I was like, who is that? You know, at that time I don't have a peephole on my door. So I didn't dare to check, but it was really violent, everyone was home. So it was at night also, so I don't know who that was. I didn't dare to check, I just left, went inside and sleep. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you guys had this kind of experiences?
Do you want me to start? Okay, so before this I did talk about with Saffwan about this. So talking about knocks, right? I did also share in another show, horror show, about my experience that time when I was being sent this thing lah. So there was one time I was sleeping then in my room. So 3:30 a.m. suddenly I was awakened from this knock. It's again the same very loud tuk 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 tuk, and this knock is exactly how my father would knock usually when he wants to go to work, because he will put his stuff in my room. So but it's 3:30 a.m. It doesn't make sense. Subuh, his work starts at maybe 5:45 kind of
Solat
thing.
tahajud.
Tahajud kan.
Yes.
Then when I realised that when I wanted to kesot, you know, from the katil to the door, then I realised it was 3:30 a.m. Then I also realised that my door wasn't locked. So I was like, shit. One thing wasn't locked. You know, family members, if after a while when they knock, if you don't open, they just go in, right?
Yeah.
But this one, there's two things. If it's a family member, he will just go in. If it's my father. But if it's not, it will also try to come in. Can you imagine, like suddenly this thing, that kind of thing.
My god.
So I didn't open at all. I was just staying there. I was just sitting down and look at behind my door, my room's door, until I got up. Until my father got up and he said, "Yeah, Ahmad, what are you doing?" I said, "Tidur lah, tidur tak betul." That kind of thing. Until I checked with a friend who can really see these things, and they say that once you hear the knocks on the door, it's actually inside. It's already inside.
Oh my god.
It's trying to tell you that I'm already here, that kind of thing. Yeah.
You mean when you hear knocking, they're already
knocking.
inside?
Yes, yeah.
With you?
With you, yeah.
So they're just teasing you.
Teasing you. And then I got to know about the 8 things, the 8 chepon in my house.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And one of them is really in my room behind the door. So that's one thing. Then another thing, I used to sometimes, you know, sleep over at my eldest brother's house. He used to stay in Yishun, the famous blog.
Yishun,
Famous blog, which came out in the Facebook paranormal group. Okay, I just say the should I say the blog? It's just beside the temple where they burn the I think you know where. Okay, a very famous house, level 2, the side unit, the corner unit, and it's very popular. There's a lot of stories there. Just so happened he used to
Whoever
live
is still living there, please don't watch
yeah.
this.
So at that point of time, I wanted to sleep. There are a lot of stories there lah. So that time when my sister-in-law was pregnant with the first child,
Oh no, pregnant
then
some more.
her husband haven't come home yet. Okay, it was like 11:30 p.m. something like that. Then she was watching the TV. Then the door is here, sofa, TV. It's just a panjang, you know, very panjang house, that kind of thing. So the door is here, main door. Suddenly she heard like yours, very loud, and she's pregnant. So we after a while when we ask people and all that, that thing's trying to go in lah. I don't know whether it's already inside because we know inside there's already one. Outside also there's something. So I think both of them are trying to.
So she's
Come
not
in
safe.
the house.
She's not safe lah. She's not safe.
They
It's
want
like-
to
she
climb
was like-
inside.
I mean, someone's inside
Someone's
already.
inside, so they're like
So
fighting
it's
to like who wants to get the baby, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she
my
kept calling like,
God.
abang, like, bang, balik bang, cepat, that kind of thing. Then she even called me. I think she called me lah. At the same time when I was sleeping over there, then macam when I wanted
can
to sleep,
feel?
yeah, I can feel because the floors are vinyl. I mean, you know the parquet floors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to sleep, so I slept on the mattress. So when I closed my eyes, baru nak tidur, you know, and you baca all the surahs and all that, you hear the tuk 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 tuk, tuk like pop 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 pop, pop like footsteps
Oh wow.
running from the kitchen to the room, then stop in front of me, then to the room door, then to the kitchen. So some of them would say that it's actually because these things like the puntianak, they cannot jejak the floor, right?
Oh, is it?
The kakak
They're
punti,
basically
yeah.
floating.
They're
right?
floating. Why they're
Yeah.
floating? Because the idea is that tu dah start. Okay, sorry. The idea is that they are like the angsa, right? Is the swan, right? The itik seranti. So their feet are like claws. They cannot really jejak to the floor. So
Yeah.
they're like flying. So they're floating. So that thing is actually when you hear the footsteps or you hear the goli sound, tuk, 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 that kind of thing. It's actually their nails on the bawah thing, the
Oh my
parquet.
God.
It's like that, tuk, 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 tuk. It's like waiting for you, Ahmad.
And oh my God.
I can imagine how.
Yeah.
I can.
Because it has sharp nails and it's claws, right? So it will like
Another story that I actually
Ah.
know of is that, which is very common, is that they say when you actually hear the marble or something like that,
Yeah.
or when you hear scratching from the top, which is very common.
These things,
yeah.
yeah.
Which is very, very common. I think they say that they are actually terbalik,
Yeah,
right?
they are
They are
Spiderman
actually
lah.
upside down,
Yeah.
and they are actually walking on
they
the
like
ceiling.
to lepak on the ceiling lah.
Yeah, they're actually walking on the ceiling, and oh my God.
So that's why. Then sometimes you hear them dragging.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
the same thing?
You see, they say that's like suster ngentot eh.
So the
Tapi
dragging.
terbalik lah.
Terbalik, yeah.
Oh, that happens
Can you
sometimes.
imagine?
Sometimes, yeah.
Can you relate?
No.
I
Thank
can't.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can you
Okay,
imagine?
let's take a breather
Yes.
and
Yes.
go for a
We
commercial
need that.
break. Okay. Okay guys, welcome back, and we were just trying to process the stories that we just listened and experienced and shared. So let's welcome
Back
another
to
story.
me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's great that you end on the claws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to share that. I'm just going to share a brief of that.
Can.
So for the claws, right, I heard from someone else, and it's the house where I stayed and sleep for quite a while when I was young. It was my guardian's house, right? So I was taken care by them since young. So the story happened to their son.
Oh.
Yeah. So when the son come back at night, right, and then it's the last level, level 12, right? And then the window is the opaque kind, so you cannot see through. You can see shadows when they walk past and everything.
Oh, okay.
So
Frosted.
frosted or opaque, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah.
oh, frosted. So when he's the kind that sleep outside in the living room,
Okay.
all right, and his head will face the window. And the window, they don't really like to put curtains and
Yeah,
everything, which I don't know why. I don't like people who don't put
Don't put
curtains, right?
curtains,
Yeah.
How about blinds? I have blinds.
Blinds lah.
Blinds is
Okay.
okay. Blinds is okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless it moves by itself.
Oh my God.
Hey, okay.
It goes up and down by itself.
Oh, that one is another level.
Yeah, that one another level.
So what happened to him, right? When he was sleeping outside, alone. So he's alone. He went home very late. He was sleeping, getting ready. He lie down, and he saw in front of him, outside the window, hands with claws. Yeah, just like doing this slowly.
Nicki Minaj. Oh, sorry.
Maya nak kondadon macam gitu. But slowly.
I'm not part of this joke.
slowly just trying to attract his attention. So when he saw that, right, he's quite brave. So what he did, he kuatkan diri. So he just go to the door, open it up. Yeah, he read something before he opens. He checked, there was no one there. Yeah. And then at night he just pray and then do whatever he needs to do. So that's what happened to him. But for my experience, if you want to say if I see something, I cannot say 100% if I see it. If not, yeah, it happened in St. John Island.
Okay.
Yeah, have you guys been there?
I've never been there.
No?
I've always wanted to go, but I've never been
You
there.
should try one day. One day.
Yeah, should try.
We should go.
Kara Expedition.
Macam real je. Later she won't come.
Yeah, comment. You guys always ask, right? I think you should comment whether
Hanan,
we should go.
Are you coming? Sorry guys.
Okay. Cancel order.
So you guys make sure comment below that Hanan joins us for the next adventure.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened? I was in my teens. All right, in my teens. So when we go there, we went for fishing. Me, my brother, and my father, and a group of his friends, like about 3. So a total of 6 people. We went there, and then it was from day all the way. We're gonna overnight there. All right. So we went there. Once we reached the jetty, it was beautiful. It was my first time there as well. It was beautiful, and then we can see them, families having fun at the beach and everything. But we went further down, so we went all the way in the morning itself. So we start fishing. Unfortunately, no fish. Yeah, sadly. So there's no fishes. We didn't caught anything. We didn't catch anything, and then we came back. So nearing the Maghrib timing, so around 6 plus, going to Maghrib. They all packed up. They go to the jetty because it's more lighted there. So there are more people there as well. So we went there. I was carrying all the stuff as well, macam the ice box and then the fishing rods. I was carrying it. So when we go there, I don't know if the place is still the same now. So there were like tall trees, and there were like benches for us to sit. So we went there. My father was setting up at the beach near the shore. My brother was also following my father. I was alone, trying to find a spot to put everything. So I went to one of the bench. So I put it there, the Maghrib. So it's a bit dark lah. So I put it there. Then suddenly, I don't know why, I was just mesmerized, terpukau. Yeah, tiba-tiba macam terpukau. There was a dustbin like, I would say like your distance or just one step back. The dustbin was there. And then I saw with my own eyes, right, like all my surrounding is really dark. It's really dark and I'm just having a tunnel vision to the dustbin. Yeah. So when I saw that, I was mesmerized, and I don't know why I just keep walking there. Like blindly, I just keep walking towards, trying to know what is that. And what I saw, imagine it like we use the tent as a dustbin, right? So from here, if you look at the tent, behind the tent, you will see like a black plastic bag where they always use for the dustbin. So you see a black plastic bag just sitting down and squatting lah. And then it was doing this. It was doing that, like for I think like I feel it feels like a few minutes, but I think it's a few seconds. So I saw that doing this, and I was so mesmerized by it, and I just walked towards it. Like I don't know, I don't care what happened to me, but I just want to know what is that? Like, is that a plastic bag or is that the thing? And when I walk closer, I can see it clearly, like it's doing this. It was
rocking.
It's rocking back and forth. Black figure,
Ooh.
nothing. So as I was getting closer, like I would say near, like to Ahmad, I was getting closer. Then I hear from the shore, my brother called me, like, Wan, datang sini. Yeah, come here. And then like, I turn around. Okay. I turn back. It was clear. My vision was clear. Like I can see the dustbin clearly. I can see my surroundings clearly, and there was no plastic bag.
It's just gone.
Gone. Yeah, it was just gone, and I can see the dustbin. And that was my, I would say, the first ever where I saw. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Yeah, maybe I was like just daydreaming in a way. Yeah, it was Maghrib also, so yeah.
I wouldn't say that it is dreaming now. I feel like, I think some of you, you guys can comment on the comment section below whether you guys have experiences whereby, you know, generally you have not seen things, but then there are certain circumstances where you feel like you distinctively saw it, and then you're like not sure whether, you know, you tend to doubt yourself.
Right? You try to make logic out of that. Like, no, it's not.
I always tend to do that, you know. When I think that I actually saw something, I always like walk back and I actually look at it back, and it's actually nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, hello, your first episode punya story already, you saw it.
So it's like, sometimes for me it's like, I don't know if it's really that thing or if it's not, but I tend to do this thing where I actually always go back and I want to check it out. Like, is it really something? But actually there's nothing.
Right.
So it's, I tend to do that a lot actually.
But when you're like mesmerized like that, it's like terpukau like that.
Terpukau, macam
lah.
hayal terpukau. Like,
after that, bulu rumah tenang tak? Or like,
no, I was just curious at that moment. Just very curious. I want to know what is that. I just kept walking towards it. Like, apa tu, you know? But it keeps rocking. Like, clearly I can see it's rocking.
Yeah.
And it's like a shape of a human person. Yeah. And the blackness is not like a plastic bag kind of blackness. It's like really dark black, and it's there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then it's like the movies, right? Like he saw it, and then you just want to
check it out.
Right? Yeah, I guess the movies is not wrong. You know? You just want to check it out. Like, what are you, bro?
it's not from Sesame Street,
No, clearly not. No, no more.
Yeah. So,
Syed, you?
I think you guys have a few stories also.
Okay, so guys, today I'm going to share with you guys a story that actually happened to me.
Yeah, he has been wanting to tell the story.
Yeah, I've always, whenever I actually meet people where they ask me if I do have any horror experience, this is actually one of the first few that I will share with them, because this happened to me when I was about, I think I was 11 years old. Yeah, I was 11 or 12 years old. I was very young.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
younger, right?
I was younger. Yeah, I was younger.
8.
I think I was about 8. 8, primary 1 I think about primary 1 down there. So you know how during primary school, you know, you always go for school excursions, you know, the school have activities planned out for you and stuff like that. So of course we were all very excited, you know. At that point of time I was just primary 1. So yeah, this is where it gets real. So if you guys were questioning why am I so afraid of that thing,
What thing? Sebut lah.
okay, yeah, you guys know what I'm referring.
I don't know.
Okay, in Malay, most of it they say gula-gula.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they say gula-gula, but then it's
Can I say it?
Yeah. Okay, pocong lah.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest fear lah.
Okay.
And so when that happened to me, I was very young. So of course it was stuck to me for like the rest of my life. Honestly, till today, whenever, okay lah, I'll just go straight to the story.
Okay.
So basically, what happened was that it was a school excursion. We were all kids and we were going to Singapore Zoo. So of course, when you go to Singapore Zoo and everything, you always come back about 7 o'clock. Like, you know, around there, because the zoo closes at about that timing. So the school excursion thing, they always want to end it early, like 5, you know, stuff like that. And you're they want to send you back home.
Yeah.
So of course we were in the school bus and everything. We went there, we got there, and we had a whole good time at the zoo. So when we came back, I had a helper, which her name is Siti. She's no longer with us anymore. She comes and pick me up from school every time after school. She sent me to school. So on that day, surprisingly, she forgot. You know, it's like a normal thing for her to come and pick me up from school. So on that day, she forgot to pick me up.
Okay.
And don't know why lah, macam somehow like kena like pukau like that, you know. So she completely forget that she had to come and pick me up. So after the whole excursion thing, they sent us back. It was PAP. I was in PAP. Sorry, I was in. I don't want to say the school lah.
Okay.
I don't think I want to say the school.
Okay.
So I was in primary school again. Yeah.
Sorry, which area was this?
This is it. Okay, guys, I'm a little bit nervous because I'm really scared of that thing. So it was. I'm literally like, like this was at Bedok North.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
it's Bedok North. I used to stay at Block 510, Bedok North. So that area is actually quite popular lah, because there's a Chinese temple there as well, and whatsoever. So my helper forgot to come and pick me up on that day. So of course me, being that primary 1 boy that I am, I'm always the type of person who I would just jalan, you know. I would just not care. I would just jalan. Like, I would not wait. So I didn't bother. I didn't wait. I just said, okay, I'll just walk back home. It's about, I think about 10 minutes walk lah, not that far. So I was walking back home and everything. I felt like the whole time when I was walking home, I of course felt like something was following me. But I was still very young to actually know or even realize that was my very first experience. Maybe if I've experienced it before, I would have known that, near the hantu, you know? But actually it was my first. So when I was walking back home, it was block 510, and it's the kind of block which is only the 4-story one. It means there's no higher, it's only level 4.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the highest. So I got into the lift, I was carrying my school bag, I got into the lift and everything. So before I actually got into the lift, I smelled something really bad. Like something really, really, really very bad. Macam bau bangkai gitu.
Oh.
It smelled so bad that I was still wondering what was it. I was actually at the lift lobby lah. So I was like, apa ni Like, what is this smell? Like, it was so bad lah, it was so bad. So when I got into the lift, I really felt like the whole I'm still afraid of lifts till today, because this actually happened to me inside a lift.
Oh
So when you are trapped in such a place, you can't really do much.
Yeah.
You know, you're trapped.
They're so clever.
You're trapped.
You're right.
So I felt like maybe something would have probably followed me from Mandai or something. I don't know. Maybe I terlanggar benda ke or whatsoever. Maybe this thing suddenly decided to follow me back or whatsoever. So when I smelled that bau bangkai, it was very, very smelly. Like super smelly. So when I got into the lift, I pressed level 4 lah. I pressed the lift to level 4. And then the door closed. When the door closed, right, that whole period of time when I was inside the lift, I felt like it was a very long time. It didn't seem like it was short. But actually it was just, I was staying at level 4 somehow. So it's not that long, it's not supposed to be that long. It's supposed to be like a short while.
Yeah.
So when I was inside the lift, it felt so long, but the smell was still there. The smell was still there. So for me, in my mind, I was like, maybe there's something orang terkencing ke kat dalam lift ke apa ke, you know. So I was thinking that in that way lah. So when the lift door closed, it went up, it stopped at level 3. And I pressed 4. It stopped at level 3. So when it stopped at level 3, the door opened. Okay? You know how those last time they lift, they don't have the sensor thing, you know? So it's like, even if you try to stop it, you have to click. Like you have to press on that thing. You can't just put your hand and then the lift opens back. So I was inside the lift, and when the lift was trying to close, right, it closed halfway, then it opened back.
Sorry, but at that time, was there the window thing? Lift window thing?
The window thing, no. There
Oh
wasn't.
my god.
So I couldn't see outside.
Okay, what
It was,
better?
It's scary, see? Like smaller space.
it's a very small lift. It's like
People
super
don't know.
small. So when the door opened, it was trying to close, you know, but it didn't close as if there was something in the middle.
Oh my god, I can imagine it. Yeah.
So it was like, and then it, and I was just like looking, you know, and the smell was still there. And the next minute, I felt like there was something just making a weird noise. Like, like that, you know. Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Oh my god, imagine in front of the lift.
Yeah.
So when I heard that sound, I felt super uncomfortable. Of course, I felt like I was gonna faint really, you know. So eventually the lift did close after like 4 to 5 times of that. The next minute because I was just focusing at the door, you know. I didn't focus anywhere else. I didn't look up, I didn't look anywhere. So it was in the middle, and the next thing I looked at was the floor. And when I actually looked at the floor, there were actually soil.
Oh my.
So like bekas-bekas.
Bekas-bekas soil. Like
Tanah.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the next minute, I just looked at that thing, I was like, apa ni? I was like so scared really, you know. I was
And
like,
at that time
But
you
first you
didn't
don't
know,
even know
right?
lah.
I didn't know. I was like so naive. I didn't even know what was that. So I kept looking at that thing, and I felt like the whole period, like, it lasted so long, you know. So after that, the door eventually closed, and when I looked at the floor, there was soil and everything. The next minute, when I looked from the soil, and I just looked up like this, and I turned to my left, and that thing was just standing right beside me.
Oh.
Right beside me. Astaghfirullahaladzim.
God.
I can never forget how it looks like and how it smelled like, because I feel like that was one of the most toughest time for me at the point of time. I was very young.
Trauma sih.
It was a trauma. That's why until now, whenever macam orang kalau cakap even that word,
Yeah,
I feel like
Okay.
like macam terencat gitu, you know. But then when I turned and I looked at it, it was literally facing the lift pipe right beside me. And it was just not moving, you know, Hanan. Like, guys, it wasn't just not moving. And I just looked at it and I straight away passed out. I pingsan. I just pingsan. And then that's when my mate realized that she didn't came and pick me up. Luckily, it was chun that timing, you know. She left home and she went to the lift lobby and she tried to press the lift also. The lift didn't want to move from the third floor. The lift didn't want to go up, it didn't want to go down. So she wait for the lift, and then she just took the stairs and she went down. Then she just had this instinct, because you know how Indonesians, right? They are very smart when it comes to these kind of things.
Yeah.
They know these kind of things.
You can feel
And
it.
her firasat also felt like something wasn't right. She felt like, and it was already quite late. She was like, why am I not home yet? You know, even if she didn't go and pick me up. And she kept looking at the lift at the third floor. Jangan budak ni terstuck kat the third floor, you know. So she press. She called my mom and everything, but she couldn't reach out to my mom at that point of time. My parents were busy. So she went to the third floor. She pressed. It was in the lift, when it closed, right? It went to the middle, you know. You know how lifts have gap in between?
Oh wow.
So it was literally in the middle between the third floor and the fourth floor. It was in the middle in between of that. So I was basically stuck. But then when she baca, she picit, she just said this firasat.
Yeah.
And the lift went down to the third floor, and the lift door opened. And it opened and she saw me lying down there, and there was still soil. The soil was there, but benda tu tak ada. So she carried me, she ran back home, and she just felt, and there was a smell, she smelled that thing. And then she even told to my mum, Puan, saya pernah bau benda macam gini. Ini benda bukan yang betul. Like she has smelled something like this before. In her village, she has experienced such things. So she kept telling my mum, this is not right thing. Of course, I had high fever. Like for the next 3-4 days, demam tinggi. I was like pitam already. Dah macam don't know what to do already.
I mean, there's no other explanation as to why you might have fainted. What?
Yeah,
Right, at
and
that
then
point in time.
there was no any other explanation to it. And then when brought me back home, I had high fever. I was sick for 3 to 4 days. Went to the doctor. Fever still very high, but I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to say what I saw. I kept it in me for like almost like 5-6 months. Yeah, for almost 5-6 months. Until bila I got the courage to tell my parents. That's where I told them. I said, okay, Syamil sampai ni, no, Syed, so this, whatever not lah. And my mum didn't know what to do. She was like speechless really. Dia dah macam, and at the point of time, my parents were doing business. So, and their business were doing very well. So, ini memang ada something which is not right lah.
Okay, question. When would be the instances where you would see it? Like, you know, if like it's tak pun, right? It will be like because you pass by a certain area and then you're a guy usually, then they will come and follow you. Or like certain things macam, you know, if you run at a cemetery and then you disrespect the place, then it will also follow you. But I don't know when or how or why would.
Sometimes it can be because of tersalah cakap, or sometimes it can be pasal you tegur. You know, even can be like sometimes when you're outside and you can be anywhere and then suddenly you feel this very nice smell. Or sometimes, or you feel like, oh, there's a very bad smell.
Yeah.
The moment you tegur that thing, sometimes that's what our parents taught us lah. It's like, for me, my mom will always tell me that when you see something, or when you hear something, or when you smell something, jangan tegur. That's where it actually followed you, or will follow you. That's the case lah. And or memang macam, let's say macam tertendang ke, terlangkah benda ke, or like terstep on something, you know. That's where these things will like follow you back. So for me, I don't remember what happened, how this thing latched on me, how it followed me back. But then after a while, it was some other things lah. It was
Like people hantar benda.
yes. So it was yeah.
Like from what I've heard or what I know is that of course when like ladies you datang bulan and all that, the slightest smell of blood, they like it already. Ada datang bulan or uri, you just give birth, right? The placenta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to clean it and make sure if it's at night, the advice is not to bury it at night, of course, definitely. Bury it in the daytime because there are a lot of stories, I'm sure you've heard of it before, like the penanggal itself, then Cik Pon will like, very slightest blood. Because the things that I've learned also from the people that send me and all this, even in the kitchen, let's say if you leave it bare on the kitchen, like raw meat, even meat that has been cooked or fish or whatever, these things will loiter around and just try to find food. Even like sanitary pads and all that. So you have to pack it, you have to put it in the refrigerator, tie it in a plastic bag, make sure it's like in the freezer or something, it's the way inside. Because they can even buka fridge
food,
also,
right?
for food.
Okay.
Because we've heard also of stories of nenek kebaya nak buka fridge and like cari benda like that kind of thing. So they can actually open fridges, you know, that kind of thing. So about seeing these things, other than having a third eye or what, I feel again you have to understand them. Basically, like one of my friends that can see, which I shared before, she told me, Ahmad, kau nak tahu tak, Cik Pon ni semua kan, actually diorang macam orang gila tau. They literally like, they are like mental, like crazy, in the sense that when they are nearby, they will just like, like I said. So it will just laugh just to create attention. So it's attention seeking lah. So it will just laugh just to scare you at the same time to tell you that, okay, I'm around. But usually they cannot show themselves because in Islam itself, our understanding is that jin and manusia, jin and the human beings, we cannot interact with one another. They can see us, we cannot see them. But if we can see them, it's either of the third eye or they actually acquire a certain kind of skill or knowledge to show themselves. They ada ilmu. Because jin also, they can learn ilmu, certain things, which is black magic lah. Black magic is for the jin and for the manusia also. So if they learn how to show themselves, under Islam, it's basically berdosa lah, basically.
It's a sin.
Yeah, because
from what I
Syirik,
can.
right?
Syirik.
Yeah.
They cannot show themselves, and we cannot interact with them. Interact doesn't mean that interact basically getting into a deal or an agreement with them. But let's say if you're to explore, see places, okay, kita datang, we come here just to understand you. That kind of thing is okay, like doing this kind of show. But if like say, okay, we are here, set an agreement. I give you chicken, you give me, like, you know, something. So it's an exchange. That is not allowed. So that's what I understand now. Yeah. So for now, we go on a quick commercial break before we resume with our poll. Okay. So after the break, you gonna know which island won the polls.
Coney Island or
Sentosa. hello everyone. So I'm now at Sentosa. Okay, I'm at the beaches station area. Previously, me and the team were at the Siloso Beach area. Okay, and now we are just walking around and exploring after sundown. Okay, and then now I'm at the Wings of Time gate, premium gate. Okay, so this is where I am. Yeah, so it's still quite early in the evening. Reason being why we would be here quite early in the evening, because we wouldn't want to be very late at night being in Sentosa because of certain reasons, of course. So yes, we're just here to explore and to check out the sights and sounds. Alright, thank you so much guys. Welcome back to episode 5 of Karat Project. So as you have seen, Sentosa won the polls. Yeah, thank you guys for participating in the polls. Okay, Sentosa and Coney Island, very difficult actually, very difficult. But of course, I think we've heard a lot of stories with regards to Sentosa.
Really?
Yes.
I would have thought it's a very sunshine place.
Right? A very nice place to just suntan. And,
I was just there last week.
Yeah. So as you can see, our team, we went there, we went down, took picnic, and of course at the same time to just explore. We didn't want to stay until very late at night. Why we stayed maybe late afternoon to about Maghrib time, after Maghrib time, because you know the place itself, just at Siloso Beach itself, the sideline, the beach itself is already keras here guys, quite angker. So you saw in the video, there's certain parts that we circle, there's certain parts where there's no wind, tak ada head, tak ada hawk, tak ada remote, tak ada taufan. Suddenly the daun
I was there.
Yeah, the banana leaf, it was just
banana
leaf.
Yeah.
Then at the bottom, so there's another leaf moving. We cannot see, but then there were a lot of things. Actually, there's one part, the bunker side, I saw this white cloth way at the back, but I couldn't record it because you have to like macam panjat sikit, you have to climb a bit. But I see from another area lah, so it was quite scary. It was because Maghrib time and all that. But the thing a bit disappointing is because we actually had to book to go to the beach, which we didn't know. So we wanted to explore the Siloso Beach, all the beaches lah, basically all the beaches. So we had to actually book, but we didn't know that. So so we managed to just walk around, then a bit of the USS area, a bit of the Wings of Time area. So guys, have you guys heard of any Sentosa stories?
Honestly, I have not.
I have. They said that actually soldier. There were stories where people actually see soldiers walking at night at Sentosa, which I don't know. Some of my friends, they tell me that they saw, but then I've never seen one personally lah.
Yeah.
But then Sentosa, Siloso lah. I think most of the time it's Siloso.
Yeah.
Because it's not as developed as Resorts World. Right?
Yeah.
Well, as for me,
Actually,
I think...
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, USS.
USS itself.
Yeah, I had stories. I didn't see it, but I had stories.
Halloween Horror Night was there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. People working there have a lot of stories.
They have. The earlier ones was the traumatizing ghosts that you saw, basically.
Wow, I have cousins who work there. Maybe we should bring them on.
Yeah,
USS.
Work at Halloween Horror Night?
And Resorts World.
At Resorts World, okay.
Yeah, I think like the mummy ride itself, very popular.
Are you serious?
Got a lot of mummies there. From Egyptian one, not only Singapore one. This Egyptian one, not only soil, they bring in gold. so those are the popular ones. And I've heard of even the Superstar Galactica ride. There was one of my friends took during Halloween Horror Nights actually. She took the ride. I think there's 2 seats, right?
2 seats.
2 seats. So she was alone. Then during the ride, suddenly beside her, there's the Cik Pon
Serious?
took the ride with her.
No lah, I think
Serious.
it's the someone lah.
No,
who
she was
is-
alone.
No, I think it's someone, a guest or a actress.
Oh,
or
maybe
actor.
lah. Yeah, let's hope so. But I know, okay, other than the resorts for Sentosa, USS, quite recent, my brother actually, my second brother, went there for staycation at one of the quite new hotels. It starts with the letter E. I wouldn't want to say because E lah. There's this,
okay.
you know, right? Yeah. It's quite a big hotel. So he checked in, as usual, checking in was like what, 3 p.m. ish. If earlier it would be like 2 p.m, 1 p.m. So he and his family came by to check in. And his room was way at the end of the aisle of the
Oh my
corridor.
God.
Room
Like
again.
Saffwan's experience.
Must be.
So
Oh,
he
no.
has 2 children, one girl, one boy. The younger one is still like maybe how many months lah. So at that point of time, so he came in. Suddenly the elder sister was like crying, couldn't stop crying. And it's daytime, 3 p.m. So he went, he tried to carry his daughter and tried to, jalan-jalan. Then, oh, look at the trees outside. There's a balcony overlooking USS. But at the same time, there's a very thick area of forest, like hutan. So you can just imagine if it's at night. Okay. Then there's one time when he brought the daughter to the corridor, senyap. When he brought her in, nangis again, like crying again. Then, okay, never mind. He said, pack up, jom kita jalan. If kalau siang je dah macam gitu, right? If like in daytime it's already like that, he's not gonna take the risk lah. So he said he went to the reception, can refund or change rooms. He said, oh, that's not, it's very fully booked and all that lah. So he went home.
What?
Because he doesn't want these things to happen to the kids lah. Because sampai dah refund. So refund cannot.
Cannot.
So cannot. He just went home. Then when he went back home on the way, actually, his wife told him when he went out to bring the child, the daughter. So this hotel room in this hotel, right? Very popular one. So the bed is like that. At the back of the bed, the headboard, there's a glass panel where you can see through the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So when
Sexy.
you want to bathe, you have to pull down the blinds and all that. So the blinds were up lah. So her wife actually saw 2 hands like that from the bathroom, like macam, like you saw the claws, right? Macam gitu lah, on the glass panel. And it's during daytime. So understood.
Yeah.
Then they went off lah. Lucky lah, because very sensitive ah.
Oh
the
yeah.
children.
I think speaking of which hotels, I've ever done a shoot there, and this is one of the very old. I think if I'm not wrong, it was
Shangri-La,
Amara.
Amara. Oh,
Amara Sanctuary.
Amara common.
Oh yeah, so it was a very colonial kind of looking one. Because I think Amara had a couple of different kinds of buildings, and this one specifically is like the very ancient kind of
It's like
building.
villa, right?
Yeah.
I've stayed there before.
Yeah, so it looks macam like very colonial.
You were invited what for my
feel.
birthday?
Yeah.
Oh,
21st, guys.
Hey, cannot.
Ocho.
It's not.
That was 4 years back, guys.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it was that one. So basically my bosses they booked the room, and then we did the shoot and everything, and then it was very nice, the hotel room. It's very big, luas. And then I found out from her the next day that they didn't sleep there. They didn't stay there because
The place is quite
This is
creepy.
just
lah.
just
I mean,
too
it's called Pulau Belakang
keras.
Mati for some reason lah. Right?
Pulau what, sorry?
Pulau
Belakang
Belakang Mati.
Oh yeah.
And I mean last week, I think during the last episode, I did share about the 3 sisters, right?
Yeah.
I did share about these 3 sisters who wore
Yeah,
kebaya.
I
Then
saw.
it's from Sentosa because they got by the Japanese
Yeah.
soldiers. Then very common things I've heard about Sentosa is when they were taking the monorail and they saw hantu gala passing by. Hantu gala is literally berbulu and big and that kind of thing. Then penanggal again. I don't know how these things are. I mean,
I think-
they should be kept in the zoo, right? I mean,
No lah. Okay, I'm just gonna say that was not me who said that. Okay, but I just feel that I think that land like Sentosa has just a lot of bad history.
Yeah, bad history.
And so they are confined to that space, and because of that, everybody is making that space into a holiday resort, like as if nothing happened.
Nothing
Yeah.
happened.
So I feel if I was like, someone who is a victim of that situation, of that history, and then these people coming in like, oh, holiday, I would feel like, no, this person don't deserve to be happy because this is where I died.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
this is where
But at
my
the same
misery
time, because
is.
it's a resort, right? So they make a place for them.
For them
to
also
stay.
lah, resort for them lah, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the popular places are the old underwater world at Siloso. Then of course, the most, okay, if you want to explore, I'm not encouraging, but the museum itself, just go to the museum. Not the Madame Tussauds, or just go to the history museum there, where you can find the mannequins and the patongs and all that. Hanan's
Okay, I do not believe in patong or like dolls of mannequin after I watch Chucky. So I know for a
If you
fact.
guys realize there's no longer mannequins.
Yes,
right?
for good reasons.
I was kind of
okay?
excited to see the mannequin.
Yeah, well, no. I mean,
Hanan's special request. I
Yeah.
don't want the mannequins.
I don't want to see it
Yeah.
again because I feel like
It's really rabak lah.
it encapsulates and it basically allows the basically it's a medium to attract different things. I
Like a
feel.
vessel, a
Definitely.
Yeah, a
conduit.
vessel,
Definitely.
exactly. So I just am not
Yup.
entirely liking the idea.
Yeah. Alright, so guys, we've come to the end of episode 5. Thank you so much. 5 episodes.
5.
Yeah,
For
5
support.
episodes, guys.
Yes.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, very
So I
fast.
hope you enjoyed yourself like
Oh,
here
yeah,
on this
yeah,
set.
yeah.
And I mean, as usual guys, Syed, would you like to take us through the sponsors?
Alright guys, first we want to thank all of you guys for of course subscribing to our YouTube channel, and also for liking and sharing to all of your friends, your family about Karat Project. We really appreciate it. And of course to the sponsors like Haelarix Studio, we have agent Shahid as well. Thank you so much for coming on board. We have Pezzo, we have Royal Fragrance, we have Lulu Beaute, we have what else there?
W?
Crush Cherry.
Yeah.
Crush Cherry I haven't seen. Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
Yes, look at this pouch. It's so cute, guys. Look at it.
tak
Yep.
ada.
So, and we also have Acai.
With
Acai.
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 Or Acai.
Acai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
never
need
know
to-
how to pronounce
Yeah,
that.
we need to find out
Yeah.
how.
Acai create acai.
Yeah.
Okay, take that.
So yeah, thank you so much, guys, also for sponsoring us and
Cupinc
believing in
SG,
us. And
yeah.
Cupinc SG as well
Royal
for
Fragrance, yeah.
sponsoring us. Thank you so much.
And we have a special gift for our special guest. Thank you so much,
Saffwan,
Saffwan.
for coming
No,
down.
thank you
Very
guys.
I mean, I
for
love your
having me
stories.
around.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing it. I mean, every time when a guest shares with me or shares with us their story, I feel like it takes a lot of them. Like, thanks Syed also for sharing,
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
and Ahmad
I
as
think
well.
I mean, I really want to, compliment on Syed.
Yeah.
It's very
for being very strong,
Yeah, it's traumatizing. I thought it's like just a normal
right?
there, but he was stuck
Yeah.
at that in between level. So it's
I would
traumatizing.
never ever want
traumatizing.
anyone
Yeah,
else to
inshallah.
experience that.
Yeah.
Like, I would never.
I wanted
Because-
I wanted to ask, can you describe what it looks like? But I
Yeah, I
think
wanted
it's
to
too
ask also,
much.
but never mind.
I think
Okay.
it's too
It's a
much.
little
So
bit
leave
too
it.
Let me just add in a little bit lah.
Okay.
Alamak, baru nak closing, eh?
So how it looked like, it was, of course it was very
a
dark.
bit
lah.
dirty,
It was
yeah.
black.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was very black. But the amazing part was that the eyes were closed.
How can you tell?
Because I really looked at it. I really did look at it.
No one
Was it your level?
No. I
Shorter?
looked up. I told you I like looked up like that, and then I was like, because I looked from I looked at the
Yeah.
lift floor, and I just looked up like that, and I saw it, and I just shout, and I just started crying. So the face was like very black, very dark color, very. Or it was really dirty. The cloth wasn't white. It was like
Yeah, that's
yellowish.
true. Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
yellowish white. It's like very. It's just something that you never want to see lah. It's just something that you never want to see.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
You might offer
I-
it. You might want to offer it like Ajax Fabuloso or like
Sorry.
washing machine.
I am
you know?
not gonna acknowledge that joke. So once again, thank you
Thank
guys
you so
for
much,
joining
guys.
us for another episode 5 of Karat Project. For those sponsors out there, you like to join our sponsor list, don't forget to email us at joinkarat@gmail.com. And
yes.
of course, those of you who want to share with us your spooky stories, don't forget to email us as well at
And
join
merchandise. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Again.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we're releasing
Please take
our
it away,
merchandise.
Ahmad.
So of course, if you guys would like to get our merchandise, please do DM us
Okay, tunjuk
or
sikit
email
lah.
us. Okay. Email us if you want the merchandise, your size. We'll give you the set. Okay. The sizing, the type of cloth. Do you want a bomber jacket? Do you want a windbreaker? Do you want the hoodie? Okay, pullover. Okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Alright, with that, goodbye. See you.
Bye-bye.